Welcome back to the Circle Eavesdroppers. We knew you'd be listening. We're your queen bees. I'm Kim.
And I'm Greene.
And you're listening to Without a Clique podcast. If you're new here, then we would love for you to grab a seat and join our circle. They fill up quickly. And also, if you enjoy our content and would like to support us, then you can join our inner circle over on Patreon, where you can luxuriously enjoy ad-free episodes and exclusive bonus content. If not, then you can always show your support by subscribing to our YouTube channel and following us on TikTok. Thanks in advance. So, on last Monday's episode, we talked about the mother archetype. And on this episode, we're going to talk about none other than the queen archetype itself. So, Twinny, can you lead us into this?
Yeah, sure. So I like the queen archetype, first of all. She is the type of, well, I say she, but like I mentioned before, I don't believe like these archetypes and energies are anchored to one specific gender. But I am going to say she just because, anyway.
We're women, so we're referencing us.
Yeah. This is the kind of person who's going to want to marry and build meaningful alliances. So she's going to be described as loyal and royal. Loyal and royal. Not me. Doja Cat, you better watch out. I'm going to take your spot.
Not take her spot, child.
So they're described as regal, stately, and naturally confident. She's a leader, but in contrast to some of the more masculine ideals of what most people associate leadership with.
Yeah, for sure. And the queen often uses diplomacy and grace to deal with conflict. So just think about how the first lady would handle a conflict in contrast to what the president would do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when you think of the queen, what'd you say?
So she can't just like press a button and start a nuclear war.
No, she might not be able to start a war on the outside, but she can start one within. You know, our revengefulness, it'll come through. And at the end of the day, a man is a man, honey. But when you think of the queen archetype, you may think of Michelle Obama, like I mentioned, Oprah Winfrey, and you already know who I'm about to say, Queen Bee herself. And I would even go as far as to say Kim Kardashian because of her affinity towards powerful men, her business building, and her sense of regality. And by modern definitions, Kim Kardashian and Beyonce are basically American royalty. And although the queen has ambition, she doesn't have to go out looking for what she wants. It comes to her naturally.
No, I'm actually super jealous of this because she's the type of person who would, like, say she wanted to go to Yale, she would happen to bump into the person over admissions at the bar.
For sure.
Or she would go have dinner with a friend and her dad would be like, oh yeah, I'm an alumni there. I can get you in. Like, things just naturally come to her.
They do. And why did this literally happen to Serena on Gossip Girl?
It did.
It did. The whole Yale point in almost every opportunity that came to her. Like Blair actually worked for what she got. It did. Everything Serena got fell into her lap.
Let me find out Serena's a queen archetype child.
Hey. But that's because she's a natural ruler and she just has that natural authority in her. And it's very important to her that she writes her own life. Personal authority is very important to the queen archetype. They are the ghostwriter. They are the executive producer. They are the director in their own show. It's their show. It's literally their world. We just live in it.
Yeah, it's very similar to the huntress archetype, which we'll be talking about later on. But for both of these, her independence and her autonomy over her own life is extremely important to her.
Extremely.
And if she is going to give up some aspects of that, the person she's giving it for he's got to be like basically king of the world.
He better be worth it, honey.
Right.
No wasting time. That's why B ain't never left Jay. But
you said it, not me.
The queen archetype is commanding and they have very capable qualities. So whether it's at home, in the boardroom, in the bedroom, running a business, i.e. your girls, or putting together a social event, the queen is someone who embodies feminine energy and they might find themselves stepping into queen archetypes whenever they need to. Kind of like a mom organized a PTA meeting, which I think is so cute, by the way, sidebar. I love little mom groups. I don't know. It's just like cute.
It is cute.
So cute. Or like whenever you have a presentation at work, you can find yourself embodying these queen qualities.
Mm-hmm. And I think she can get away with stepping into certain leadership roles so like seamlessly because she's extremely aligned with herself. So her inner fire and the fire of the world are the same. She knows that she's guided by a greater purpose. It's like ingrained in her from birth. And knowing this gives her strength and influence and authority over others. It also gives her a self-assurance that ends up giving others the confidence to follow her. I feel like most of us have interacted with the queen archetype in one way or another. I'm sure some of you eavesdroppers out there have interacted with like the queen bee in high school or in middle school. Like Regina George from Mean Girls, like you mentioned earlier, she would be the queen bee. She's very confident. She's very self-assured.
She is confident and self-assured. Do you remember that one scene where they were trying to like humiliate her and they cut like little slips in her tank top, thinking like it would just like, I don't know, dehumanize her, but literally every girl wore that exact same outfit the next day.
Yeah, it's because they're so self-assured that they could walk outside in a trash bag and people may like laugh and snicker at first, but guess what? Next week, everyone's gonna be walking down the street wearing trash bags. You remember how they went in on Kim Kardashian when she started wearing those biker shorts. And guess what?
Yeah.
Biker shorts are everywhere now.
Everywhere. They're like the new workout like thing.
Yeah.
And they're actually pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the ones with pockets. So cute.
Yes. Love those. But anyway, thank you, eavesdroppers, for joining us on today's episode talking about the queen archetype. If you enjoyed this episode and want to listen to it or all of our episodes ad-free, you can head on over to Patreon and join us there. Or if that's not really your thing, you can just give us a follow on TikTok or subscribe to our YouTube channel. I guess that's all. We're signing off.